So all this started after Wet Wet made a post alleging that someone in Bobby's house was passing gifts to the other castmates.
So yesterday, I made a post on my story and stated that, there's allegedly, somebody had an STD.
When she found out a little bit of the information, now whoever told her this, she ended up messaging
Crouton's funny looking self, Squidward looking ass, and DM'd him and said, hey, I heard somebody has a sexually transmitted disease in the house and was spreading it around. And Crouton was like, no, it's not me, Baze, it's somebody in the house. Mind you, he didn't say somebody in the house. He goes, look at the cast picture, something to that effect. Look at the cast picture and then decide. So she took that as him confirming it. She posts this all over Instagram.
How the hell can you look at a photo and tell that someone has something? Now, unfortunately, I haven't seen these messages myself, nor have I seen this post myself, because her page has been shut down and I've been scrolling everywhere through these Zeus T pages, and unfortunately I have not found anything. If you've seen it, let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, people were very pressed about the situation and what she said, so she ends up going on Instagram Live talking about it, and yeah, she ends up getting like dragged for it.
So, what? Why is everybody so pressed? If it doesn't apply to you, why are you pressed and bothered? And for me, honestly, like I told y'all, I do not go looking for anything. Everything comes to me. People bring me the motherfucking tea. Okay? Hold on. Okay? Everybody brings me the tea. Okay?
Island Boy ends up dragging her.
Now, what's really good?
We're not gonna do that.
No, wait, let me say something. Let me say something, because I have time today to give you whatever clout you want right now. Let me show you something. I'm not the 1, the 2, nor the 3, nor the 4. See, whoever you're talking about, you're still talking about the fucking cast. The cast is my brothers.
They're my brothers, and we fuck each other.
At the end of the day, wait. That's a stigmatism in the world already about the gay lifestyle, but STD, HIV, you already know what the fuck you're gonna bring to the world, sweetie. What you give to the world, you can't take back. What you give to the world, you can't take back. So whatever lies you're trying to bring up about the fucking
really? Oh, it's a stigmatized, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I call bullshit on that, okay? A lot of gay dudes hate me, and you're gonna see why. It's 2022. Most people are not walking around going, yeah, gay men are filled with disease and disease ridden. And if it is, it's not a lot. And if there is a lot, I need to see statistics and data. Because in my personal life, I don't hear that. People going, oh, gay men are disease ridden and stuff. What I will say is that gay men are high risk. They're a high risk group. And that's a fact. Why do you think our community was the only community with high numbers of monkeypox? So the chances of something like that happening on the show is most likely, especially when it comes to gay men. This really is the majority of gay men. Majority of gay men are hoes. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you play it safe. Now they're basically trying to get the information out of her of who told her this, which I will tell you guys who I think it was. But keep watching. I promise I will show you that.
Who said somebody had an STD was passing around the house? Because that's a whole broad statement. Passing an STD around the house full of people who weren't having sex? That makes no sense.
Well, people was getting it. Obviously, if it came to me and it was never denied, obviously people was doing something.
But how come you can't just say who told you that? I mean, just so we know. So we know, because it'll make sense.
Because that's not what I'm gonna do.
But us as a cast, we should be able to know that, right?
Y'all gotta do y'all research and figure it out, just like how I did my research.
Well, one of y'all cast members was real messy.
That's not research. Somebody came and told you. And then you question the person who's...
Somebody came and told me, and I did my research.
Yes, research involves talking to other people, getting information, which I'm guessing that's what she did.
Okay. And you question the person who's the least involved with all of us, to be honest.
No, he's involved. He's involved.
Are you weren't even in the house? How do you know that?
Well, he was in the house. So I'm going to stand by what I said.
And this is so fucked up.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm really sorry that you feel that way.
I love how nonchalant she just is. I'm sorry that you feel that way. And he's like emotionally getting bothered at this point, which he really shouldn't.
And it says that you don't give a fuck about us as a community or nothing. Like, that is crazy.
That never even came out my mouth.
But that's what you're giving, though. That's what you're giving. And that's crazy.
And that's your opinion. And
I'm entitled to it.
Oh yeah, and I'm entitled.
But what you're doing is foul. What you're doing is so foul.
He's just putting his assumption on what she thinks she's doing, and she is just like,
foul.
I'm blogging.
I'm just blogging. I'm just having fun. I'm just spreading the tea.
So if you're gonna blog, give the tea. Give all the tea. So give all the tea. You threw him under the bus. Give the whole tea.
I'm gonna give what I want to give when I want to give it. Okay.
I will say, though, that she really doesn't care about anyone but herself, because if she does care about these people, I feel she will reach out to them personally and tell them, hey, unless she did do that, I don't know, because maybe she did do that, but she definitely is clearly about herself and spreading the tea. And spreading, I guess, the tea. And as long as she uses allegedly, I don't see how this is going to affect other people and their careers, etc. It's just funny how people are not having the same energy for these other people that end up talking about it. But anyway, they end up taking her IG page down because apparently she was bullying. But that's really funny because the same guy who ends up talking about one of the castmates, and apparently castmate's boyfriend, he has STDs, no one had the same energy when it came to him talking about that stuff. And allegedly, it sounds like that Miss Wet Wet was right. I'm not sure how this beef started, but Cash and Savage end up getting into some drama, right? Cash and Savage used to date. Some type of relationship, exclusivity. I don't know what type of relationship it was. Well, it sounds like on Savage ends it was exclusive. Rel ends up posting this on Instagram message between him and Wet Wet saying, what happened to your other page? You know Bobby got my page taken down. It was Trizzy who got your page deleted. It was Cash who was passing it around. The STD. I know you know. See what he said? Passing it around. Again, there's no evidence to this, but allegedly he was passing it around. She goes, yup, I already know it was Cash. Negative A. And apparently Cash passed it to according to So it has an F there. Who in the house starts with an F? Whose name starts with an F? Now, the reason why Rel was out in this apparently is because apparently someone was online saying that he was spreading an STD. Cash ends up, I have to show you guys. He shared a message between a guy and him. He says, it's the first guy I had with after the reunion before Terrell. I got receipts, babe. The receipts say, I have a question.
Hey, what's up?
Have you had an STD from us having S?
So my last test result was August 25. What's up? Do I need to get tested?
Now, the reunion was on this date. Okay, I need you guys to remember that the reunion was on this date. No, sir, you don't.
Okay, got me worried a little bit.
Nah, hell nah, just some BS. Yes, you do need to get tested. Why are you waiting? Now, from the looks of it, I could be wrong. Cash is showing that, oh guys, I'm negative. I'm negative because the guy I had X with after the reunion, who got tested in August and hasn't been tested after me, says he hasn't got anything. Guy told you he hasn't been tested ever since the 25th of August.
So how's he gonna know if he's gonna have an STD if he hasn't been tested?
And now Dingaling ends up going on Instagram and this is what he had to say. I got Wet Wet page deleted because she was gonna expose Rel. Let's be honest. So if an aunt still got negative stuff to say about me, I'm no longer defending your narrative. When wet on your head again, don't ask the page clipper to save you. Now I'm gonna tell you guys the real reason why I think Dingaling actually did this, and it wasn't because of Rel. Okay, so now we got Dingaling coming out, right, talking about Savage and his boyfriend. He's mad because his boyfriend gave him an STD, and he mad because he told Raleigh Ray he got burned. Let's talk about it. So now we got Cash has an STD, to Rel got burned, and Rel's boyfriend gave him an STD. Now Savage ends up leaking an audio of Jamison, aka Island Boy, confirming Cash had something.
Respect that. See, I respect a bitch when they can say something and they don't hold their mouth when they speak. At the same time, that's not how that went. The only reason I came out because of how Cash played you. Cash said, girl, she do this, she do that. She gave me STD. Every time when I explained, when I said you have MO on him to speak on him, his favorite line that'll come back is, you see what she does? Who's gonna believe her? And that right there showed me he don't give a f.
Meaning, who's gonna believe Savage because Savage is an OnlyFans creator?
The only thing I'm trying to say is, bitch, don't play both sides of the fence when you know you're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. However, you're playing stupid. And you're moving stupid. And that's gonna get you.
And Island Boy ends up revealing something on Cash.
Hey, wait. Cash told me he got a shot.
Now, when I was watching the Armin Wiggins show, according to him, Cash had syphilis. And according to him and Savage, Cash passed syphilis to Savage. That's why he's saying, for you guys that don't know, what do you mean by shot? He got a shot. When you have syphilis, I don't know, I know in South America, because my friend who told me about it and I was learning from him how it all works and stuff, he got a shot in his backside. I'm pretty sure that's the same in America. You had to have 2 shots, one on each backside of like this drug in a big needle, and apparently it hurts really bad.
Now, when I say Cash was wrong, Cash was wrong because Cash didn't tell you he got a shot, or I don't even know who gave who what. Because Cash said he got a shot. When Cash said he got a shot, Cash said, I want to know if Rel is going to tell me. Or when Rel is going to tell me. You feel me? That's what it was.
Now this leads us to the middle of who gave it to who. You got one person who is a content creator, and as much as content creators love to go out there and say, I'm safe, I'm this, they are a high risk group, especially the ones who have raw X. And I will get into that and explain exactly why they're a high risk group. But you also have Cash, who apparently was a freak.
Apparently he rolled over to Savage and said, you know, I want to do something freaky tonight. And Savage said, well, what do you want to do? And allegedly, Cash said, I would like you to piss in my butt.
Okay, I'm logging out.
Wow. And Rel had said, well, that's not really freaky.
That's not really freaky. That's disgusting. That's what that is.
And he said, well, what do you want to do? And so he said, no, well, I want to do a threesome. And he said, well, no, I don't want to do a threesome. I don't want to do a threesome. But then he rolled over and he said, I want to do whatever you want to do, Savage. And he said, after that, he called a homeboy over. And the homeboy, him, Savage, and the homeboy both double Cash in Cash raw. Allegedly.
Okay, that's where you probably got the syphilis from your homeboy. Because there's so many factors you have to go into when you're going to hook up with someone. The hookup culture is very toxic. It is very rare to find a positive experience through the hookup culture and not getting anything. When they got with their friend, did they get their friend to get tested? Did their friend show them the results? Do they know when their friend, the last time their friend got with someone? Did they ask their friend that? Because they could have got a test on Tuesday, but then on Friday, he hooked up with someone, and now on Saturday, he's banging you two. What do you guys think though? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's keep watching.
Now, Rel, aka Savage, also claimed that Cash was an undercover slut and was meeting up with guys on Jack while he was with him, doing orgies and having unprotected.
What's the TA? The floor is yours.
I did not have any, as in me being a known content creator. First of all, I'm very, very protected and very, very safe. I stay updated on my shit.
Just because you keep updated on your ish, that don't mean anything. Because a lot of these content creators, they all follow that same protocol of getting tested every 2 to 3 weeks. Not everyone. The problem is, the gag is, when you are, there are people that have like 2 months they don't do anything, or 1 month they don't do anything. The next month they're doing 20 guys in 1 week. Monday they're filming with 3 different models. Tuesday they're filming with 1 person. Wednesday they're filming with the 4th person. Friday they're filming with 2 other people. And these guys are also doing the same thing with other people. And some of these content creators are also taking risks and also hooking up with people on Grindr. They are hooking up with people who are in OnlyFans who are not that serious, or industry protocol, for example, following that. And they're just hooking up with anyone. And you're just like, oh, well, because he does OnlyFans, it's safe. Yes, maybe what you're doing is good, but are these other guys practicing safety procedures? You got tested on the first day of March, but during that first week of March, you slept with so many people. And then on the second week of March, you still haven't got tested and you slept with all these other people, but you don't know if you got anything from these other people. And then you are passing whatever you have to these other content creators. And a lot of these guys also have herpes. And the gag is they don't even know themselves, because these guys have not included it in the STD panel. But we're not talking about that there. They probably already gave that to each other. We're talking about syphilis. Content creators who are consistently doing raw content, and people in the hookup community are basically the same.
And when I was dealing with Cash, I had no sexual relations with anybody else. I wasn't even doing OnlyFans content.
He fails to mention that he had that 3-way though.
And so he said, no, well, I want to do a threesome. And
also, what confirms what Wet Wet was saying is what Savage ended up revealing in Rocky's broadcast.
You came on, Bobby showed up to get him, yet you tried TBD Mason, I you, Jameson, you have a boyfriend of 6 years. You tried to sleep with other castmates in the house, and you messed around with other castmates in the house, but I'm not exposing them because they don't want to be put out there.
Right.
So what Wet Wet said was accurate. Again, we are going off these people's words. There is no concrete evidence. Now, the person who probably told Wet Wet maybe could have been Hot Wheels, because while they were in this interview with Rocky, they were talking about Hot Wheels, and Savage's boyfriend said this.
You know what I'm saying? So with
the fact that he was the one that went back and told Wet Wet all this shit.
Again, he never confirmed what he went to Wet Wet and told. So I'm just assuming, this is just an assumption, because he never cleared that up in the live. He's saying the fact that he went back to Wet Wet and told her all this makes me go, okay, so it was Hot Wheels that went back and told Wet Wet all this, and that's why Wet Wet doesn't want to reveal her sources, because Cash's boyfriend, Island Boy, is living with Hot Wheels. To me, this explains why Island Boy was so pressed when he was talking to Wet Wet on that live. Is because it's probably true. Dingling is friends with Cash, with Island Boy, with Hot Wheels. So I feel he lied when he said I was sticking up for Rel. Really, he was sticking up for those boys, because those boys did not want that information to get out. That's why they ended up taking her page down. And can I just quickly bring this up? In Rocky's interview, there was a boy sneaking in the background, and it sounded like someone farted.
And he just kind of like was there for me, because I was going through a lot of shit. So.
Dingling ends up going on like massively projecting.
A straight snitch. All he does is snitch, want to tell T. Tell that nigga to post his test results, bitch.
Rel, post test results of what? The STD.
10, 11 men raw orgies and shit.
Wow.
But he don't want to never do that shit.
The thing is, this guy is effing girls raw too. So now apparently, according to Dingling, Rel is on the wild side as well, just like Cash.
Saying shit. Ask Rel, has he somebody that's HIV positive? That's what you need to be asking. Because I got screen records and proof that yeah, he did and he didn't get.
Wow.
That's what he needs to be worrying about. Since he want to talk about my dead daughter.
Him not giving an F doesn't really mean anything, because if you're educated on HIV, most people who have HIV are on medication and they have a very low viral load, so therefore they can't pass anything to you. And if you're on PrEP, of course you're not going to give an F about someone who has HIV, who is taking medication, and you are on PrEP, because you're protected. I guess to confirm that Cash was wild, Savage was talking to the handler and got him to confirm this.
When Cash came to Houston and we came to
Jameson house,
what happened? Because you was there.
Me and Jameson was sitting in the house. Terrell and them came up over there. Jameson got mad because he said, "Why would y'all come over here knowing Cash got monkeypox?" But Terrell was trying to tell us
Because we thought it was monkeypox that he had.
Yeah, because he thought it was monkeypox because Terrell had pictures of the bitch ass. And
he had sores on him.
He had sores on his ass.
At the end of the day, no one's really gonna know who got syphilis from who. Obviously, Cash tried to do some damage control with that message that he had. They also teamed up to take Wet Wet's page down. Savage and Cash also had a three-way. You have two men here who are both participating in high-risk behavior. One does OnlyFans, etc. One is a freak. So yeah, the more you fuck around, the more you will find out.